Folks, I won't lie to you, it's getting real ugly out there, but there's one good thing worth cracking your eyes open for in the morning, and that is monitors. That's right, we got some exceptionally good monitor deals this year. In fact, I am shocked by how good these are. And let's start off from the lowest price and go all the way to the highest price, as I've seen as good as 37% off on some OLED monitor deals. If you've been waiting, now might be the time to go ahead and pick one up. And of course, I'll have affiliate links in the description below. But in any case, let's start off with the AOC Q27G4ZD. Now, this is a 27-inch QD OLED, which means you'll get those exceptional quantum dot OLED colors, the likes of which nothing else can really compete with, in my opinion. And I've reviewed a lot of monitors. I mean, check out my channel if you don't believe me. There's a lot on there. But in any case, this is also a 1440p 240Hz version of that 27-inch QD OLED panel, and it does come with apparently only HDMI 2.0, but there's two of them and there's two display ports as well. Of course, it's G-Sync compatible, and while it might not have the absolute best ports on the planet, look, fellas, it's $419.99, currently 19% off, and I'll tell you this much, if you're mostly into PC gaming, I wouldn't care too much about those ports. I would definitely consider this, as I don't think you're gonna find too many other options this year that get a whole lot cheaper than that. So if you've been trying to pick one up, I'll have a link to it in the description below. Now, next up, we have the MSI MAG271QP QD OLED X24. This is once again a 27-inch 1440p QD OLED glossy monitor running at 240 frames per second. Now, I am in the middle of reviewing this one, and so far it looks really, really good. And at 34% off, dropping it to $449.99. Well, coming from such a large and reputable company as MSI, who has put banger after banger out, I've reviewed a ton of their monitors. This is a really, really great deal. It's got everything you need, and this is definitely one I would highly recommend looking into if you're on a budget. But what about the Alienware AW2725DF? This is something that I reviewed quite a long time ago, and this is actually a 27-inch 1440p 360Hz QD OLED panel, and look, that is a lot of hertz. Boy, it hurts to see it coming in at such a low price of $570.99. That is 37% off, and an insanely good deal for a 360 Hz QD OLED glossy panel. Really, this might be the best you'll see in quite some time, and it looks like apparently you can get an additional $50 off upon approval for an Amazon Visa card. Now, of course, that is your decision. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to take out more credit cards. No, maybe don't do that if you don't need to, but hey, if you're gonna do it anyway, that's a nice little bonus. Now, next up, we have the MSI MAG271QP, and this is actually a 4K 165Hz QD OLED glossy 32-inch panel, and in my opinion, this is probably going to be the best value 4K QD OLED that you'll be able to pick up this year. And you might be noticing there's a bit of a pattern in this video. All of these monitors that I've been going over, well, they've all been QD OLED. Why is that? It's because they come with glossy panels, which will give you a far better picture quality. And to see these coming in at, like this monitor at $599.99, 33% off, a great value price right there, by the way. Honestly, this might just be one of the lowest prices I've seen on this ever, if not the lowest. Hey, I could be wrong, but this is definitely a very, very low price. And these type of monitors, it was a dream not too long ago that we thought they'd be coming in at like $1,500. When they came in closer to $1,000, we were elated. And now to see these types of things coming in at under $600, that's crazy. Definitely check this one out. I'll have an affiliate link in the description below. Let's move on. There's another option, the MSI MAG321CUP. Yes, CUP. And this is another QD OLED glossy 32-inch 4K 165Hz option. However, this one's a little bit more expensive, $699.99 or 22% off if you want it to be essentially a curved version. Then we have the Gigabyte Orus FO32U2. I recently reviewed this one as well. In fact, I've reviewed just about everything that I'm going over right now. This is actually a 4K 240Hz glossy QD OLED, And this thing, well, it's coming in at 32% off at $749.99. I do want to mention, if you've made it this far into the video, I believe these Prime days are only going on today and tomorrow, though to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see similar deals closer to Black Friday as well. So keep that in mind. And then finally, we have the LG 45GX950A-B. Now this is a 45-inch true 4K ultrawide, or what they like to call it 5K 2K WUHD, and this is 5120 by 2160. Comes with a really nice curve as well, and it's 165 Hertz. Now this one is a W OLED, and unfortunately, it has a matte screen coating. Now this does harm the picture clarity, let's be honest. However, this is the only option out there if you're looking for a 5K 2K OLED monitor. And for that reason, well, right now, it's the best ultrawide on the market, at least in my opinion. And with it being 20% off or $1599.99, that's actually a pretty good price. Now, I think I've seen it here a few other times, but regardless, that is still a very hefty discount from the original $1999.99. So there you have it. Those are all the best Prime Day deals that I've seen. Again, if you're interested, affiliate links in the description below, and make sure you stay tuned as I'll try and get around to the TVs, as well as, of course, there'll be a ton of reviews coming down the pipeline.